If there is anything that you would need to know that will help you to grow in life, I will tell you it's knowledge. Knowledge is power. The Bible says that for lack of knowledge, my people perish. Welcome to my channel once again. Wherever you're watching me from, this is NYANSATV. And the show is Mysteries. Remember, Africa has left so many things behind, people explaining our own selves to us. If your enemy try to explain you to you, definitely he can play with the understanding and that will become who you are. Do not allow anybody to describe you. You have the full potential to describe yourself. The land of Africa has a lot to offer. We're going back into days to tell you the goodness of our fathers than keeping the old writings against Africa. My name is NYANSA, your regular host on this channel. You're most welcome. Today I have Dr. Pakwesi, African philosopher, with me, and we are talking about no other thing than you understanding who to employ. This is compatibility as far as applications and employment is concerned. Who do you have to employ? If you open a business, is there anybody at all you can employ to work with you, or there are specific people? Why do people receive application letters and decide to choose certain people than other people? There's a lot to learn. If you're a business owner, this show is for you. I'll be right back. Then I'll go deeper into the show. Dr. Pakwesi, you're most welcome to my show.
Thank you.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great.
Thank you very much. The first time we've changed our dialects and we're speaking the white man's languages today. Our audiences are really requesting for this time with you. So today we are talking about human and the astral world in connection with applications that we write to. Compatibility as far as work is concerned is why I'm here. I want to help my audience who are opening businesses, who are growing their businesses, to understand who to employ and who they should take out of it. I know that we have different elements, as you've done with me some days back. We have the people who have the earth, the air, the fire, the water, and the ether, as you've been explaining. But you've shown me that it's not enough to employ people. The person might have the right one that corresponds with you. But when it comes to the employment, you still employ the person and you still fail. Tell us about it. Compatibility as far as employment is concerned.
Thank you so much. In the business world, every entrepreneur is looking forward to having a successful business plan. Despite the inputs which he marks, the auditors will come, understaffing, overstaffing, all these factors are there. Yet, some people will just land on rock at the end of the year. And landing on rock or failing comes as a result of employing wrong people. Or it might be that the person must have employed the rightful people, but the attitude of the entrepreneur towards the workers is nauseating enough for them to also lower their speed and the gravity of their inputs.
The energy they put in the work.
So that at the end of the day, you have not achieved whatever you were looking for. The most important thing is that apart from the fact that we have certain physical factors to consider when selecting people in your work or your career, your job, it is very important for you to look at the spiritual aspect too. Because as you've been saying always, and other philosophers too have been saying always, that only the material plane does not exist, but there is a living world, a living invisible world that is quickening our material plane so that all natural phenomena are possible. It's very important for you to take the application letters, the CVs of those you are about to employ.
Doctor, before you go there, you mentioned that all other things being equal, let's say I've done all the right things I'm supposed to do, employ the right people.
On the material side.
On the material side. If my attitude towards these employees are not good, it can lower their energy to do the work.
Yes.
So it means that you can have all these things we are talking about right and still fail, right?
And still fail.
Okay, let's take it from there.
Okay. So for example, as an employer, you should be able to motivate your workers. They work tirelessly, month till eve. Some work overtime. But when they have done a good job, this employer will not motivate the person. It is not by force for you to give perks and then try to promote the person. They are not the only ways to motivating the worker. The most important thing for you to do is that even by word of mouth, oh, you have done well. Keep it up, appreciating them.
Great.
Will boost their energy level for them to work harder, more than at first. Secondly, you should be able to give them good salaries. Comparing the amount of money or the proceeds you make in your business and then your expenditure on the side of their salaries or their wages, you see that you give them so little that they are not able to live upon it to catering for their families and stuff.
For themselves.
Yes. So as an employer, you should be able to know the problem of each and individual worker or employee. Then you know what to do at the end of the day. Whether you base your salary on
performance,
like commission, or you are just going to have a fixed payment for all. But then, if you are able to give an additional money, irrespective of the fact that you are going to have, or this employee is going to do overtime, it will boost the energy level for them.
If you're able to meet targets, if they exceed targets, you do that to give them more energy to do the work, because each one is expected to cross a certain threshold.
Thank you very much.
I get it.
Also, the way and manner the employer talks. If an employee makes a mistake, how do you correct him or her? Do you cast aspersions in no uncertain terms towards the employee? Do you use derogatory remarks towards them? With this, they have families in the home. Someone is called mom, someone is called dad. Someone has become the pillar upon whom the whole family rely on. And if you use derogatory remarks towards the person, the insulting words, it will hurt their feelings.
It demeans them.
It demeans them. It will dent the image of the person to the degree that they will not be able to work harder. Their input, the gravity of their input will lower itself. They will not be able to give their full contribution for the success and achievement you have dreamt of. So this, Satan has nothing to do with this. It is your own attitude. And again, when you are at the work, you are in your work or in your work environment, it is very bad for an owner to just sit anyhow in the office. There are others. When you enter the person's office, you see one leg on the table. When your secretary enters your office and sees this, then next time, if you enter the office and then you see her or him do the same thing, are you going to castigate what he or she has done?
So that is work ethics. You should be able to look at the ethical standards of your office.
Thank you very much. So that they give you the full respect, provided their motivation, the way you talk to them, all these things are done. You become the best on the job market. And
that is the physical side, right?
Physical side.
No, take us deeper. We didn't come because of that. We came here for spiritual. But then it's important for us to throw light on these parts, so that if you are not doing this part and you are failing, you don't blame it on spirituality. So let's do the spiritual side.
Thank you very much.
What am I supposed to consider? I have all things being equal. If I'm about to employ, my location of the business, the name of the business, the color of the business, the logo, the symbol, the basic stuff I need, the positioning of the office. Tell us much about that.
The first factor or point to consider on the spiritual side when establishing your company is the location, as you mentioned earlier. Every location you see or every point on this particular planet has its own energies. The ethereal plane is a world that interpenetrates the whole of our earth. But then, there are different points upon our planet where different energies and vibrations rule and govern. Depending on when you were born, which gives you the tendencies of playing a specific musical note, giving you a specific color, must match with the location you choose.
Okay, so the day I'm born, which is my date of birth and my time of birth, gives me
A particular vibration.
a certain vibration in the system, and that has a lot of connection to where I can establish and make it in life.
Of course.
Oh.
And the rate of vibration determines the color of your aura.
Okay.
So you have to choose a location that has similar, or even if it is different, that corresponds with your vibrations, so that you won't face any problem in the future.
How would you be able to identify the different vibrations in people?
Yeah.
How many are they?
The vibrations are 7 in number.
Okay, tell us about it.
And each vibration is corresponding to the 7 colors of rainbow.
Oh.
Yes. Like we have do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti.
So that's the musical notes.
The musical note.
Wow.
The musical note. So each soul plays a particular musical note, and then it has its own frequency.
Look, I'm coming. Something is just playing in my mind. So we have 7, right?
You have 7.
And the rainbow colors are 7.
Are 7.
And I could link that to days of the week.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I get it. I get it there. I get it there.
Yes, so each day of the week has its own vibration. Vibration simply means that sound. So the sound will represent the magnetic aspect of our life. Then, magnetism doesn't only work, it moves with electricity, and electricity takes the light aspect of it. So the light aspect, the electricity aspect becomes the colors. And then the sound aspect becomes the magnetism. Yes. So we live in a world of electromagnetic force. Yes. So I have my different musical note playing within me and then outside of me, that is my periphery, continuously vibrating. You have yours. Jupiter plays do. When it comes to our chakras, we will talk about that.
We'll talk about it one day, yeah.
Then we have yellow. Yellow plays me. Orange color plays re. Then green color plays fa. Blue, so. Then purple plays la. And then violet is ti. Yes.
So if you are a music student, you understand this in do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Yes.
Okay.
That is why people have been saying that music is a food for the soul.
Oh.
Yes.
So can one person have 2 notes at the same time?
Yes, one person can have 2 notes.
How does that work?
This is how it works. When you are being born, there is a star rising from the east. This star is known as ascendant. It is the most powerful star, but not that alone. Another star is crossing your meridian. And this particular star too is so powerful to the degree that it equals that of the ascendant. That is the one rising from the east and the one crossing your meridian. So there are 2 constellations, one from the east, one crossing your meridian. These 2 signs represent different parts of your body where life energy or vital energy or chi flows. For example, if constellation Scorpius is rising from the east, the musical note for constellation Scorpius is do. And Mars is the ruler of that constellation. If constellation Leo is rising from the east, a constellation Scorpius is rising from the east, you will see Leo crossing the meridian. And Leo represents the spinal column, the eyes, the heart. And the musical note for the sun is me. So with this, you could see that Scorpius representing your genitalia or your reproductive organs means that life energy is flowing through your genitalia. And then Leo crossing the meridian also shows the second dominant part of the body where life energy flows. That is your eyes, your brain, your spinal cord, and your heart. So, Leo plays me, and then Scorpios plays do. So, me, do. Me, do. You having two vibrations inside of you.
So let me ask this. So is it every time that these things happen, or it happens in certain circumstances?
It is playing every time. Two.
So I am having two.
You are having two.
Everybody's having two.
Everybody's having two. So if when
How
you
will I
show
know
me the time,
the dominant one.
the dominant one is to show me the time you were born.
So if you don't have that, you can't determine.
Yes,
if
unless
I have
we generalize it. When we generalize it, you still have to. For example, if you don't know your time of birth, and then looking at your zodiac sign, you are a Sagittarian.
Yes.
So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. And the musical note for Jupiter is Re and Do. So you are having to, if Sagittarius is placed on the ascendant, you will see Virgo crossing the meridian. And Mercury rules Virgo. So the musical tone for Virgo is playing, and the musical note for constellation Sagittarius rising from the east is also playing. So therefore, you have two dominant musical notes playing.
Do, re,
Yes.
do. Okay.
So if you see any Sagittarian, you will see a light blue aura around the person.
Is that why you conclude that the person's color for life is blue?
Thank you very much. That's
Wow.
all. That's all.
Wow.
That's all.
So without critical analysis of the timing, the date of birth and all that, it's difficult for you to determine the color of the person.
Yes.
Okay.
So you need to know your date of birth, or the name you give to yourself also adds another color to your aura. Each alphabet you see is sound. Remember, we talked about sound. Yes.
Okay.
So vowels: a, e, I, I, o, u, u. These are vowel sounds. Each is vibrating. Now let's look at the consonants. P, p, k. All these consonants to have their own vibrations playing. So when we use the word, in the beginning was the word. A word is something that comes out of someone's mouth. So it is composed of our alphabet that has been blended or sandwiched to create another word, so that that word has a substance, or it has its own nature or potential. So each alphabet you see over there is a sound on its own. It's a note. It's a vibration. Vibration connected to each planet in space time.
Wow.
So for example, the letter A is connected to the sun. B is connected to the moon.
Okay.
C is Jupiter. D is planet Uranus. E is Mercury. F is Saturn. G is the second alphabet ruled by the planet Jupiter. H is the second alphabet that is connected to the planet Mercury. So from A to Z, they are all vibrations, and they are continuously vibrating. The mere reason why I said so is each alphabet has its own number value.
Okay.
Yes. Each alphabet has its own number value. So number 1 is connected to A. A is number 1.
So for example, as you're saying, from the first letter to the 26th letter, with the A to Z, each of them has its own number.
Its own number.
Do you have repetition of the same number to some of the letters?
Yes.
Okay.
Some are 2, some are 4. For example, A is 1, I is 1, J is 1.
Okay, so let me project it on the screen for them to see
Okay.
this number variation. So that's what, if you're watching that, that's what you can see on the screen.
Yes.
So let me ask this. So how would you use that to calculate my date of birth and to determine
The location.
my color and location?
Okay. Every location has its name. For example,
No, you are on the name. I don't want you to leave the name. Saying using name to be able to determine the person's color, so that you
Yes.
can use the numbers as in the alphabet.
Yes. So, if you are called Kofi, K is a sound on its own. K is 2.
So
It has
K
the number
is
value
2.
of 2.
Okay.
And then O is 7.
Okay.
F is 8. And then the last letter, I, is 1.
So 18.
18. So the 18 is the number of Mars. Mars has the color red. So therefore, it will add more value to your aura. So that if you're having blue.
Please calm down. I want you to break it down for us. I want us to get it clear. If you're watching, this is very interesting. Please, if you cannot do it, doesn't mean somebody doesn't have that energy to do it. People have specialties, and this is why we are learning. Africa has a lot to share. These are the hidden facts that has been hidden from us. The white man will tell you to write an application before he will employ you. You could see that your grades are good, but you were not employed. These are the calculations that goes behind the scene in the face of, oh, we just looking at your CV. No, they go beyond the CV and employ. So please remember that these are the hidden facts we are giving you live on this channel. Doc, I can choose any. I have a guy name. I have different. Even my father gave me a name. I even add extra. He gave me a particular spelling to my name. I added an H, or I take even a letter and K. I change it to kill, Kofi to kill, and all that. Wouldn't that affect my color and all that?
It will affect your color. It will affect your color comprehensively. You see, when we get nicknames, remember, they contain alphabets.
Okay.
And each alphabet has its own vibration. So when you put them together, at the end of the day, you are going to get a total number. Like we did the Kofi. That number is called a spiritual number. So, if Kofi is 18, 18 will give you the sound do. Then, let's use this name, Q-U-O-F-I. Some people spell it like that, Kofi. Q is 1. U is 6, making 7. O is 7, 14. F is 8.
So 24.
24. Then I is 1.
25.
25.
Getting you 6.
Thank you very much. 25 gives you 7.
25.
2 plus 5 gives you 7.
Yes.
So with the 25, giving you 7, the 7 is the color of the moon or Neptune. When you get this color, it has to do with La. So it gives you a purple aura in addition to the one you are having already.
So you've added another color.
Yes.
So it means that you are rather adding another color to your color.
Another color.
Okay.
Even when that particular color is not dominant. Once you have named yourself or you have given yourself Q-U-O-F-I, Kofi, then you make that particular color become more dominant. That is why you have 7 energy centers known as chakras with these 7 colors. That color becomes dominant. So if you're having red and green as the already existing dominant colors, and you name yourself Kofi, giving you the total number of 7, it means that the color violet, a purple, is going to become dominant in addition to the 2 you are already having.
So would that be fighting my old aura, or would that affect anything around me?
Yes. If your old aura is maybe is having a mercurial potential or Mercury. Mercury is an enemy to Jupiter. So having named yourself, if you have a total number, like for example, 3. 3 is the color of Jupiter. And that 3, Jupiter opposes your day of birth. So it brings about self-opposition. It affects your decision that you make. It affects your emotional state, which helps you to make your decisions and choices. It will lead you to making a wrong choice. Do you know why? Because your own name and your own day of birth contradict itself.
Wow. What if per this calculation we've just done, what if I choose a name, my old name is rather a problem, and I choose another guy name or a nickname that rather bringing more illumination to what I do? What about that?
Yeah, that one is very good. You should be able to have another name if the old name you are having or the family name you are having is giving you evil if it influences your life.
How will you know that the name you're picking will rather support you?
Unless you are able to know the meanings and the interpretations of the numbers.
Let's leave this one here. I think I brought this in so that people will understand this calculation. Let's go back to the application we were talking about.
Yeah.
You were talking about the variations as far as the tones are concerned, the colors and all that. And you're using the rainbow, for example. In a typical example, if I am Sagittarius and you mentioned that my number is 7, it means blue. What about other colors? How will you know the other colors?
Okay. Knowing the other colors is knowing the zodiac signs and the planets in them. Aries is red.
Okay.
If you meet somebody born in Aries, you see them with dark or deep red aura around them.
If only you can see.
Yes. Then, Taurus will give you the color green and pink.
So we will put the demonstrations on the screen so that you could, as you're listening, you're hearing, you're also seeing what we are trying to demonstrate.
Gemini gives you yellow. Then, Cancer will give you violet. Leo will give you orange color. Virgo will also give you yellow. Libra will give you a purple color. Scorpios will give you red color. Sagittarius will give you a blue color. Capricorn and Aquarius are ruled by Saturn, and you will get a green color, that is light green colors. Then Pisces will give you another light blue color, but a little bit different from that of a Sagittarian. You will see a Piscean with a blue aura with clouds in them, but a Sagittarian doesn't have clouds.
So some of them might be similar, but there are differences if you look well.
Yes, they are different in properties. Yes.
Okay, so we are still on the location. Let's not take attention from there to choose a location in any of these cycles.
Yes. So with the location, consider the name of the place you are going to settle.
Okay, my place is Nungwa.
Nungwa. So as we said earlier on,
let's say Nungwa.
Each alphabet is a vibration. Yes.
Okay.
So if you put Nungwa together, the total number becomes a spiritual number of that particular town.
Whoa, I get it now. I get it now.
Yes. So Nungwa, N is 5. U is 6.
11.
Plus 5.
16.
Yes. Then the G is 3.
19.
Plus 6.
25.
Plus 1.
26.
26. So Nungwa has the spiritual number 26. So it has a green aura hovering in the space of that particular township.
But you normally say that in numerology, if you don't combine numbers, let's say 26 is let's say double number, so you need to still put these two together to make a single number.
Thank you very much. That one is the advanced level.
Okay.
So if we are, I'm going to talk about what we are talking right now. Having had 26, must you always put them together and have a single number 8, which is its spiritual number, or the 2 and the 6 must be separate? Yes, the 2 and the 6 are going to be separated.
Okay.
But in order for all and sundry to understand, which is why we have just made it a single number.
Oh. But if it is a single number, will it still give you the same green aura?
Yes. But then, when we consider the double number, the 2 will give you a violet color. And the last 6 will give you a pink or a rose color.
Violet and pink.
Violet and pink. Oh. So anyone who has the number 8, maybe the person was born under 8, 17th or 26th, match that particular town. That is Nungwa. N-U-N-G-U-A. Nungwa gives you a total number of 26.
Okay. So if this matches with me, it means if I do business there,
it will flourish something. It will flourish.
Is there any business that cannot flourish in that area?
Yes. Any business can flourish in that area, depending on the total number of the person's period of birth or name.
I understand. All these things have been checked and it's perfect for the area. So I'm talking about the business itself.
Okay, yes. On the physical side of life, you should look at what the society lacks.
I get it. So that doesn't become spiritual again.
Yes,
It
it's
becomes, if there are people, the people there don't like, let's say, seafood.
Seafood.
You don't go and sell
You
seafood
go
to
and
the
sell
people.
seafood over there.
So far as what you're going to do be a need for the people there, and you've done all these checks, the business will flourish.
Thank you, niche marketing.
I get it.
Like despite, as far back as 2099, you see all the TV and radio stations always broadcasting in English language. And you know the illiteracy rate of our country is high. So
if you
therefore,
decide to
my
do
grandmother
local
in my hometown doesn't understand the English they are speaking. So when he brought in the Akan language, our own mother tongue, in fact, he gained a competitive advantage.
over all of them.
Yes.
Okay. So and now I've gotten this one as far as the area is concerned. So if you're doing business in an area that is not working, it's important that you find out if you're in the wrong location. Let's go to colors.
Okay. Sounds has to do with magnetism. And then it works with electricity. The electricity gives the light, not the sound. So if the sound is playing and it is working with electricity, in as much as we have different sounds, the electrical energy you see will also be divided into parts according to how its particles are able to respond to the magnetic vibration. So, with the colors, if you are 8, 8 is the number of Saturn. And then Saturn rules Capricorn, and the musical note is Fa. So, the name according to that of the town, having put all the names together, plays a particular musical note. Yours must match with it, but when it contradicts it, you will suffer. You have to suffer. So, with the colors, as I've already mentioned, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, we have them. And we have other colors too, like gray. You can use gray color as well. Somebody who has the number 8, like we made it, 17, and 26, in name or in birth, the person can put on a gray color. Gray is the color of Saturn. Or blue, black, it is allowed to be put on or to be used as a painting. Maybe.
So if I want to paint my business, I can do blue, black.
Blue, black.
I can do, let's say, purple. I can still do gray.
You can still do gray.
Okay.
Gray. And a gray color. Maybe somebody may just use gravels. These gray gravels which we use in constructing our roads. You can use it on your compound, and then it will bring about good business.
Okay.
Or it will make you to do well on the job market.
I don't understand, but in my business site, I just said I need that stones in my house. I don't know. I just requested for a trip just for them to spread it. I didn't know. But
it is connected to you naturally. We attract those we are compatible with. Although we attract incompatible people. But the things that you love, they align with your soul, they align with your spirit, they align with your mind. And
but is that why some people, you see, the colors of their business, if you see, color being, what kind of color is this? But then the number of people that are entering in that business and coming out, you think and you don't understand.
Yes. Even their logo.
Look at how the logo looks some weird something. Yes. It's not that nice, but then hey, the cash that is flowing there is not easy.
It's not easy.
Okay.
It's very important. Whether a food vendor or anyone, use colors that align with yours and the town you are living inside.
And that helps the business to grow.
It helps the business to grow.
What a secret. Charlie, well, for us, we do all. Look, apart from that, when it comes to selection of people to work with, so if I pick the application, do I just do it as you're doing to determine who works with me?
Yes, that is the one aspect of it. We look beyond, but we are talking about the application. We have already talked about names. Look at the person's name.
Look at the name, okay. So if I'm employing, and I have like people like 10, 6, 7, 20, 50 people, I consult you that do this work for me. I have these people I want to employ. this group for this position, this group for this position. I need 1, I need 2, I need this.
Yes.
And it's presented to you. Be able to do justice to it.
Yes.
And tell them who qualified for that job.
I'll tell you.
And the timing.
And the timing. There are some people who are very serious and courageous workers. Anything you give to them, they will do. For them, they attract abuses. They attract superiors who don't pay them well. So if you find this person's name or period of birth, date of birth, in the person's application letter or their CV, for example, wow, you are gone. You need to employ this person quickly. And on the physical side, it will help you so well. And on the spiritual side too, the person will be of a great assistance to you for your business to flourish.
Would elementals be very, very, very important in this regard?
Yes, the elementals are always there. The Nungwa area, we have gnomes, elemental spirits of earth, that are dominant in that area. So when we say vibration, vibration is not, when we say energy or energy vibration, it is not something that looks like a smoke or a vapor, but there are forces that are working through these invisible worlds, and they are known as elementals.
Okay.
The abode that they live is called the 4th dimension. And then they also move to places that align with the vibrations of the place. For example, if you are having Nungwa and gnomes should live in Nungwa, elemental spirit of air, that is selves, should not become more dominant in Nungwa.
So which one should be dominant in that area?
Gnomes, elemental spirit of earth. Yes.
Okay. What about fire, water, and all these ones?
Fiery entities are called salamanders, and salamanders live in areas that have the vibrations of fiery numbers, also fiery numbers. Yes. For example, if you have 9, total number of 9, or the number 18, or the number 27, any number that you put together to get single number 9, today we are on the single numbers, you get 9. The 9 is the number of mass, and it attracts salamanders, elemental spirit of fire. So when we reach periods, certain periods known as Aries, from 21st of March to April 19th, we call it the period of mass, and it helps the business to flourish in those times, in these times. Again, we have Leo, 21st of July to August 20th. We call it the second period of fire. Leo is a fire sign, so salamanders are most active, even more than the rest of the fiery signs in our time. And then Sagittarius is also a fire sign. With this, when such period comes, all those with number 9 in that location will have
What about number 8?
Number 8, yes. Number 8 will bring you face to face with Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. They are earth signs. When you reach such periods, you are gone. But when we reach the opposite signs of these earth signs, that is when your challenges come. But as you have used the rightful colors for your painting, as you have employed the rightful people and used the rightful staff for your company or your whatever, the challenges are limited.
Okay. They will come, but
You'll be able to overcome them.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So let's choose a date and choose an area. One of the most popular business areas in Accra, let's use Accra Central, as in Accra Makola Market, for example.
Accra Makola Market. So let's calculate Makola together. M is 4. A is 1, 5.
5.
K is 2, 7.
7.
O is 7, 14. L is 3, 17. And 1, A is 1, 18. So Makola has the number 18. We call it the number of mass.
So if I want to do business there, I must have this understanding.
You must have this understanding.
I want to do importation and exportation. My business location is going to be Makola.
Thank you very much.
I should have this calculation.
Makola.
So if I want to do business in Makola, I must understand this.
Yes.
So tell me, the color that rules Makola, that place is a marketplace. Everything sells there. People come there to market. So if I want to do business there, tell me what the understanding must be.
Okay. So when we calculated Makola, we had the number 18, which is called compound number because they are 2.
Okay.
But we are beginning from the basics. So we will add the 1 and the 8 together, and we will have a single number 9, which is a spiritual number for Makola.
Okay.
So the best color to wear in Makola is red. And then any business that you want it to flourish in Makola must be something that is like meat cutting, like a butcher. It will flourish so well in that particular location because Mars rules butchering or butchers, like barbering.
It will work there.
It will work there. Like selling, like filling station. Yes, it will work well because all these things are connected to fires. Mars is connected to sharp object, hot object, dry object that is controlled by Mars. So when these
What
things...
about dry fish?
Dry fish, it will go well.
Okay.
Fire is hot and
Okay,
dry.
okay.
Yes. So when it is being sold or marketed in Makola, it will go so well.
So food, direct food to hot, to fire and all that.
Yes, and one must put on red attire. So you ask me, that doesn't mean that, does that mean that you cannot live in Makola? You can live there. Do you know why? Because when we calculated the Makola, we had 18, 1 and 8. Since 8 can be found in this number, compound number, you are likely to
do business.
Thank you
there.
very much.
So if the numbers, you correspond with some of the numbers, it makes it easy for you to also do business there.
Yes.
So let's pick the application. I picked the application and the business date that we are supposed to open has a certain date, has a certain number. Can you say that because there is number 7, anybody in the application that has that date of birth in line with the number 7 can also play a role in the business?
Thank you very much, but not all. But not all. Someone may have the number 7, but the person may be your enemy. That is why we check. They allow you to add the day, the month, and the year. Someone may have a good day number. Maybe you are number 8, and someone is having a day number 8. It doesn't mean that you are compatible. When the month and the year is brought in, you will see that the month under which you are born and the month under which the person is born, they are incompatible. They are in total opposition. So, you having 7, you always attract 7s into your life. But your enemies, those that have the 7s from your bad or your unlucky periods, will come and do you evil and cause misfortunes in your life.
Okay.
But there are other 7s you attract, but those 7s can be found in some periods you are compatible with.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's then go to logos. How do I choose a logo for my business? Because without it, people cannot make me out or cannot identify me. Logos helps us to know what you're doing. Is there any spirituality as far as choosing of a logo is concerned, as you've spoken about colors?
Yes. It brings us face to face to what is called geometry or geometric forms.
Okay.
There are many shapes. Each color produces its own shape. But once you know the difference between the body, the mind, and the spirit, the 4 elements of nature, earth is connected to the body. We have mind that is connected to the soul, and the spirit that is connected to the ego or the higher self. When earth is dominant in your name or astral chart, maybe we calculated your name and we had the number 8 representing earth. Earth is connected to the body. So, when one is producing a logo for his or her business, it must be in a square form.
Like my own?
Yours is a spiritual one.
Okay.
If you are a Sagittarian, Sagittarian is a spiritual sign. Planet Jupiter is a spiritual sign or a spiritual planet. So therefore, choosing a circle is perfect. Circle represents the spirit, and then the triangle represents the mind.
Oh.
Yes. So there are mental lines, there are physical lines, there are physical lines or geometric forms or colors, and then there are spiritual numbers. So spiritual numbers, physical numbers, we have mental numbers. So if one is designing a logo for himself or for someone, who has ordered him to do this or that. Having an earth number, you must have a square, geometric form, and then place your color in it, which we've talked about already. If it is a mental number like 5. 5 is a mental number. 2 is a mental number. Yes, 2 is a mental number. And 7 is a mental number. 9 is also a mental number. It should be in the form of a triangle. Yes. Then, if the number is a spiritual number, it must be in the form of a circle.
Some logos are in writings, that's in name logos, and some are symbols. What are the relationship? Which ones are the best for companies?
Alphabets are symbols themselves.
Okay.
Yes. So, if, for example, I am 20 seat, the alphabet, we have B. B is number 2. Go to the alphabet. Where do we get 6? Letter U, letter V, letter W. They all have 6, 6, 6, as we talked about the last time. So, B, U. It will become Boo. The B represents the 2 in your name. And then the U, which is having a value of 6, is in your 26. So 26, BU. So somebody may design a BU with a purple color or an ash color, and then giving a circle as a geometric form to the logo will make everything perfect.
So some people are choosing tigers, lions, and all that for logos. What about that?
Animal shapes, yes. With animals too, it is very much important. For example, if you have a total number of 1, 1 is the number of the sun. So animals that are governed by the sun are lions. So when we get a skin of a lion, you can design your logo
With
in
a
a form of
color.
a yeah, like the skin or the color or the skin of
The
a leopard,
face of
leopard, or that of a tiger or a cheetah. They are all ruled by the sun. And then that of a hen or a cockerel, yes, they are all ruled by the sun. So when you have these animal symbols in your logos, it will help so well. The cat is ruled by the moon. The wall gecko is ruled by the moon. The bat is ruled by the moon. So using any of these animals on your logo, provided you have these numbers, and then the place the location of your business has the same number, then it will make everything easy for you.
Wow, that's about logo.
That's logo.
If I don't choose the right logo, would that affect my business spiritually?
It will affect you so well. Because if, for example, you have number 5 holds yellow. And then the enemy of yellow is purple. So, be that as it may, if you go to choose yellow, and then the aura of the place is purple, yes, you must suffer. So you have your good times, but the good times will not be enough. But when the bad times come, they are huge. They are so heavy. They become burdensome to you that you cannot solve, all because of contradicting colors you choose for yourselves. So they are fighting against each other. The vibrations are in conflict with each other, and it is making it's affecting the business, which one doesn't know.
Wow.
You will pray 24/7 to work unless you change it.
Wow.
Someone came to my office, and then when I checked, it is his name that is making him suffer. His father had the same name. He suffered the same fate. His grandfather had the same name. And all his brothers and sisters are having similar names, and they are all suffering. They are facing similar fate. So they will say that it is a bad luck.
A generational curse or something.
Yes, unless the name is changed or a spelling is changed in the name.
So, for example, if it ends with the letter H, right? So if it ends like that, if you decide to ignore the H, it can still pronounce the same thing, but that will change the number of the name.
Thank you, to change the vibration.
And with that, it will change the vibration.
It will change the vibration.
And that energy that comes to them will never
come back yes. Again. For example, if someone is called Mensa, the spelling is MENSAH. It gives you a total number of 23. Maybe 23 is a bad or an unfortunate number. Remove the H. which means that you deduct, age is 5, so you deduct 5 from 28, so it will be 22, 21, 20, 19, it will give you number 18. So the number will change from the number of Mercury to the number of Mars to match the place.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Doctor, before we go, if I want to be sure, if I want to start my own business, I want to do a side business, it means I must do spiritual inquiry deep into that before I start.
Yes, it's very important.
If
So
I'm
that,
going to employ, I must do deep spiritual search. If I want to open a business, I must do that.
yes, it's very important.
Tell me the percentage in terms of the physical part we play in the business and the spiritual part. Can you place a percentage in the two if we are supposed to have a success in any business?
Yes, the physical side must take 70%. It deals with good plans, well-organized plans or structure. It deals with a lot of work ethics, like you made mention of. It's very important. Customer care is very important. Good marketing strategies, strategic management, human resource management, they are very important. Contingency plans in case of emergency. What will you do? All these things are very important. Good auditing. Who is an auditor in your company? Is the person an internal auditor or an external auditor? Is the person transparent or the person is a thief? All these things must be checked.
The insurances and all that.
Insurances must be checked. Then, when we brush it off,
that is 70%.
70%. Then the 30% must be spiritual. That which you don't have control over. The direction of your business. Where does it face? The name of the place determines the vibration of the place. How you have packaged your product is very important because the colors have influence. The type of people you are working with or the caliber of people you are working with in your business is also very important. Because someone has a bad luck, and if the person enters your business, sales will go down. You may encounter fire outbreak. So when we look at this, we know that, okay, 4, 5, 6 years' time, maybe in May, the 3rd week of May, fire outbreak may occur. So we alert you so that you are aware. Having considered the physical and the spiritual side, you don't have to sleep, but you must do constant checks.
Okay, so what do you mean by constant check? It should be every week I'm checking or every month or
every
from
month,
time to time?
Every month, from time to time. I can make a calendar for your business so that you'll be able to monitor when bad periods or bad times are coming. Yes.
Okay.
So when I make it for you, you don't have to be coming back always, unless there are certain emergencies.
They are not getting, then you check it.
You check.
Doctor, it's positioning of my office in terms of where my office desk should face, where I should direct my office, which room to use for the reception, which area is good for the main office. Is that important?
It's very important. And when you go to certain companies, the various departments, they will be giving numbers to identify them, identifying them. For example, you will see room 1, room 2, room 3. Never give a room the number 13 because it will create a bad luck for you.
So let's say hotel room, you've done room 1, then you write on the key room 2, room 3. Then you get to room 13. Shouldn't what's wrong with number 13?
The number 13 is a very dangerous number. It is the number of upheaval. When we say upheaval, a sudden violent attack that halts everything. It makes you go back to begin all afresh. The number 13 is the number of the unknown, the number of change, the number of revolution. There has been some couple of incidences where the owner of the company or the general manager of the company is being criticized or opposed by the workers. It means that the servants are just opposing or revolting against the leader himself. There always will be opposition. This person will do this, that person will do that. Conspiracies, plots will be going behind something. Then you may think that you are making the best proceeds, but no. All the profits are going into the pockets of some people.
So I should let a spiritualist check where I put my seat. For example, I've been given a room as an office. I should be able to check where they should position the table.
Yes.
Where I should face. That is also important.
Yes, that is known as Feng Shui. Feng Shui, it is there. Fenshui, Feng Shui, it is there. how to decorate your room, the position of your chair, where you were born, the best direction to face face with your chair, your table there, it will be in front of, but your chair, the direction of your chair is very important.
For example, if I'm Sagittarius, for example, where should I face? Is it
The
the
best
north and the
position
south?
for a Sagittarian must be the southwest. Southwest.
Southwest.
If you want to easily
Okay.
locate the southwest, when it is 2 p.m. or 3 p.m., look at the position of the sun. It is where we call the southwest position.
Okay, southwest.
Yes. So study the sun, where it stands at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m.
Southwest.
Yes.
Okay.
It will bring about foreigners, people from the diaspora, to come and then invest in the business with you.
Southwest.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. So every date, every zodiac sign, if you want to set up an office and you want to do a certain position, that becomes the right way.
Yes. Yes. So for example, if Nungwa is number 26, which gives you a number of 8, that points you directly to the south. It's very important, so that if any prayers are being made, you have to face the south. The south holds everyone's business.
Wow. So if you're still facing southwest, it becomes the best for you.
Best for you.
Wow. Doctor, thank you very much. But you're not leaving. From now to January, tell us what is in the realm of the spirit that we can be warned about. Things that we can be alert on. What signs are there spiritually or astrologically? What is in the realms that we can learn about?
There's a lot of pressure on the astral plane, because it is going to affect our food and then our health, because dark forces are so dominant on the ethereal plane. The ethereal plane is responsible for the growth of our plants and stuff, because nature spirits are so dominant over there. But we are entering into a period where gnomes, elemental spirits of earth, are going to withdraw so much from our plant or our vegetation, and then we may have to face some shortages of food and coming across some dicey or strange or weird diseases which humanity have never come across.
Okay, so we should expect from now to January, February there.
Yes.
We should expect unknown sicknesses, and even existing one becoming more in our system.
Yes.
So what sign do you see that makes you say what you're saying?
When you look at constellation Virgo, you will see a particular planet known as planet Mars will be passing through it. Right now, the moon is 7 days old, and the moon is standing in constellation Virgo right now. When you look at the various mutable angles or mutable signs, Gemini, Pisces, and then constellation Sagittarius, you will see some signs in Pisces. You will see Jupiter in Pisces and Uranus in Pisces. When it happens like this, you will see that where the moon stands and where Jupiter and Uranus stands are in opposition to each other, bringing about revolts, political uprisings, demonstrations. It brings about exorbitant or higher prices of goods and services, which puts a lot of burden on the people, that is the masses, on the political arena. And then...
So I want us to be specific on the sickness part, which affects... I know everything affects us, but then when it comes to sicknesses that are coming,
yes,
it becomes extra pressure on people.
Yes, like diabetes, high blood pressure.
But it's common in our system, or it's becoming more?
It's going to be more. Okay. And there are diseases which the white man is creating in the laboratory to bring it to the land of Africa. They are going to create wars. They will start from somewhere and try to barge into other countries with their so-called agenda and destroy things. But
is it in the western side of Africa?
That I cannot talk about unless I tell you in secret, because it may bring a lot of problems to me. See, there are always people over there that are looking forward to hearing from you certain things that they will base on to castigate or put sabotage on you in what you do. So I try to hide certain things and then not to unveil them.
Okay. What should we do in these times?
It's very important for us to venture into the areas of agriculture, that is farming aspect. those that practicing animal husbandry or livestock farming too, I encourage them to do so, but must do it without any use of chemical products. And then applying NPK fertilizers and then urea poisons them so much. The GMOs, they contain certain harmful chemical substances which when taken in or administered into our body or ingested into our body create a lot of problems on our vital organs, our lymph vessels and our blood. Because we have some two glands on top of our kidneys. It's known as the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands produces some hormones known as cortisol hormones. These cortisol hormones see to it that sugar is balanced in our bodies. But somebody will tell you to drink cocoa early in the morning with sugar. Hey, no. When the cortisol hormones are produced, the more you take in sugar in the morning, the more the cortisol hormones are released, and it will render you powerless, and it will affect your immune system because the cortisol hormones that is responsible for your body's metabolism is responsible for fighting against certain harmful substances entering your body. We use these hormones.
So we should do more organic.
Yes, more
than any
organic.
other
That's right.
things.
So that affects.
We should also
yes.
check what we eat daily.
Check what we
That's
eat
very
daily.
important.
Very important. We should drink a lot of water.
So
especially
sicknesses are going to be common in our
rough. So we should eat well and we should do a lot of exercises. We should come out of our rooms and sit under the sun when the sun is rising, like 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Get the morning sun, early morning sun.
Yes, sit under the sun, and it will give you a lot of vital energies for your eatery body to be able to use to assimilate and then grow your body.
Doctor, I want to get in touch with you as far as what you do is concerned. Tell me, do you do only those physical calculations or it goes beyond the physical?
It goes beyond the physical aspect of life.
Which part does it go? I want to understand where it enters. The way you're saying it goes beyond physical.
That one is on the more on the spiritual side.
So you do spirituality as far as what you're saying?
Yes, spirituality I do spirituality. When you enter
so
my
if I'm
place,
not in Ghana, for example, can you still do consultation for me if I want to meet you?
Oh yes, I can do consultation for you. We can speak through phone, and anyhow you want it will determine the amount that you pay. For example, if you want to speak to me video call, I don't do video call because of security reasons. And if the person still insists that he or she needs me to communicate through video or via video, maybe WhatsApp, yes, I will know how to do the pricing for you.
How much do I have to spend to see you physically, to do a mobile phone consultation or any other consultation you do?
Oh, it depends on the issue that you are coming with. But generally, when you come to my office in Ghana, one-on-one, you pay an amount of 300 cedis.
Oh, okay. Yes. Less than $30. Yes. Whoa. So I can do consultation wherever I am?
Yes.
Wow. Yes. What are your number if I want to get in touch with you?
Okay, my numbers are two. The first one is 0548 232133. And the second one is 0246
0548
23 21 33. And the second one is 0246 238414. 0246 238414.
Doctor, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Dr. Parkwesi was my guest. Listen, this information, you will not get it anywhere. It is open now to you. Don't sit there and choose a career path that will not help your life. Know exact location that will help that business to grow. Some people cannot live in certain continents because they are Ghanaians, but they don't know. This is why you need a seer who understands the atmosphere and the setting in terms of the stars, the moon, the sun, and the environment to be able to determine what will best help you. My name is NYANSA. This was Mysteries. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, subscribe. Join this family. We are 30,000 and still counting. Join this family and let's grow together. We are learning all about Africa. Remember, we are waking up from our sleep. Join this movement of awakening. Bye for now.